Hurry Up Tomorrow is finally out, and is the newest Trebwood Schultz film starring The Weeknd, Barry Keoghan and Jenna Ortega, and follows an artist who is experiencing insomnia and is taken on a journey by a mysterious girl. I was excited for this because of Trebwood Schultz's track record. He hasn't made a single bad film yet. If you know me, Waves has been one of my favourite films for a long ass time, so of course I was excited for this. So did this stick the landing? No. It really didn't. There's not a lot I liked about this film, to be honest with you, but the one thing that I will give it credit for is that the shots are pretty nice. They do the typical Trebwood Schultz thing, the gimmick, what he's used to. Looping shots, turning around shots, aspect ratio changes, everything is here. I'll get into the aspect ratio in a minute, but yeah, they're here. The ratio changes are definitely there. I also think the music was pretty solid, but yeah, that's about it for everything I like. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The Weeknd. You've probably seen the clip going around where he's delivering a certain line, and yeah, it's just as bad in the film. And it kind of sums up everything that he wants to say. Basically calling himself a tortured artist for the sake of performance sake, and I'm like, nah man. Like, you can't be that tortured if you're writing your own film, you're producing your own film, and you're also getting Jenna Ortega to dance around singing to your music. You can't be that tortured if that's what you're doing. With films about tortured artists, you're supposed to kind of get a sense of why they're tortured, but you don't really get a good sense of it in this one. The only thing we really get is that he's going through a breakup, sure, and ideally the album which he is performing in the film is supposed to be for his girlfriend, and we're supposed to be seeing it through like an Odyssey type ecstasy trip, and it just doesn't work. And when it comes to the supporting characters, Jenna Ortega, man, she's supposed to piggyback the story forward, but what story here? What's the story? There's no moral compass to it, there's no morality to it either. And the same goes for her character, who is just there for the sake of names. She's there to get people in seats because people like Jenna Ortega. There's nothing else to her character at all. We get some scatterbrained information, but none of the information really sits with you, so you don't really understand what her motive is. Barry Keoghan clears though. He clears. But now I want to talk about the aspect ratio changes, which in my mind should work. I love aspect ratio changes in movies. I think they are some of the best things to be put on screen, especially if the story can support it. But fuck me, man, like Hurry Up Tomorrow just doesn't support it at all. I think it does it for the sake of performance rather than a sake of story, because yeah, the character is closed in, way to shoot for the stars with this one, but there's no other reason for the aspect ratios to be changing the way that it does. And a lot of people will call it like an A24 type gimmick, and yeah, it really wants that A24 name, because Schultz's last films have been A24, this one Lionsgate, which is probably why it sucks. But part of the problem with having the aspect ratio changes is that you get a sense of whiplash. There's real pain underneath the film, but none of it is shown. We're left to kind of fish out the information ourselves, but the information that we do fish out isn't even that interesting and feels borrowed from several different things. Look, I like The Weeknd, okay? I have liked The Weeknd. I've got one of his albums on vinyl, but his turn into sort of film star slash TV star just doesn't work at all. It comes across as, look how popular I am, so I'm gonna make art about myself. But the art you make isn't good at all. Because when you've got a base level understanding of what film is, of course you're gonna try and delve into that. But the whole idea of the film in itself is about music and the perception of music, surely. This film just confused me through and through. There are some nice looking shots, the music is aesthetically pleasing to listen to, but there's no real sense of self-worth in this. It just feels like a big promo for an album which just feels like bottom tier Weeknd for me. I'm very disappointed in this. I wanted Trebwood Schultz to come through with something really good, but it just turns out like mush, and that's a big shame. And you know what? Those are my thoughts on Hurry Up Tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.